Hi, welcome back to my channel. Etta here. I am going to work on part 6 of my wax stash series. This is going to be the section on limited time offers, the LTOs. So I'm going to try to go ahead and jump on in because in this particular section I have 74 different scents. So I'm going to jump on in and hopefully get this done in not too long of a time. All right, so I'm going to start from 2021 and work my way backwards. So first one I have is Banana Berry, which was recently released in the Easter collection. And I only have one. I did put it in my club, so I think either May or June, I'll get another one of these. So I have that one. And then the next collection after that I have is the limited time offer for the Catching Z's. So in the Catching Z's, loose, I only have 4 of them. There were 5, but I did not order one of the other ones. I tried it and I wasn't too crazy about it, so I didn't get an extra one of that one. So I got Lights Out, which Lights Out says night falls gently over relaxing sandalwood, sweet vanilla, and warm amber. And this is the one that Carrie had mentioned in her video that she thought it had the scent of tobacco flower. And that's a scent note that my husband usually likes. So I went ahead and added that to my collection, and I think I have it in my club for a little while. It won't stay in there too long, but I'll get a couple of more and then I'll take it out. So Lights Out, I currently have 2. Then I also have not Catching Z's, Shut Eye. And let's see, I have the little pamphlet thing that came with the collection. Shut Eye says fuzzy peach, jasmine, and a touch of cedar harmonize on a fragrant lullaby. I like Shut Eye. I thought it did well in my bedroom. So I went ahead and kept that one in my club, and I currently have 2. Then I have Sleep Happy. And Sleep Happy says drift off to dreamland where delicate violet, and bergamot rest on musk clouds. This one I enjoyed. I thought it did really well in my bedroom. I thought it was not like super strong, but it was at least a medium, if not a between medium and strong. At least in my bedroom it did well. It has something in there of the ones that I have. I think Lights Out is the softest. Of the entire collection, Pillow Time is the one that I really wasn't crazy about. But of the ones that I kept, I would say that Sleep, oh my gosh, it is dripping like crazy. It's all over my hand. All over my hand. Great. I'm like, what did I do? Let's see. I'm going to pause this for a second because I've got to get a tissue to wipe my hands. Hold on for me. Okay, sorry. I don't know what is going on with some of these newer bars especially, but they seem to be leaking quite a bit. This one, like I said, it was all over my fingers. So, okay, well, and this particular one that I'm holding is Snuggle Up. And that's the one that seemed to be leaking all over my hand. And, oh no, I think that was Catching, oh my gosh, sorry. That was the Sleep Happy that did that. Let me try to wipe that off a little bit. That got all over my hand. So anyways, it has a scent in there that I'm not completely opposed to, but I'm not super happy with. And if this bar is going to be one that leaks like that, I'm probably going to take that out of my club. Because I can't afford to have all my bars leaking all the time. That's crazy. And then the other one, oh, and I only have one. Thank goodness. The other one is Snuggle Up, which was my favorite from the collection. I actually have 3 of these, and I'm checking to see if this one's doing that. Nope, this one's in good condition. Snuggle up, settle down in cashmere woods, curled up with angel lavender and soothing sage. All right, so that's going to be the Catching Z's collection. Like I said, I have 3 of Snuggle Up. I feel like this is just par for the course for me today. Today has not been my day, and hopefully that'll be the end of my catastrophes with my wax. All right, so the next LTO, and technically these bars are actually empty. I had already put them in my inventory because they were full, and I've already used them before I even had a chance to do the video. And that is because I kind of wanted to finish them. That is the Valentine collection with Best Berry and Petal Pals. So let's see, it's supposed to go like this, and I'm not good at putting these things together. So that's the 2 that came out for the Valentine's collection in 2021. These were not really my favorites. I did get some suggestions on Petal Pals to mix with like Atlantic Air or something like that. And I did wind up finishing it by mixing it with Atlantic Air, and it did improve it tenfold. It was much, much better. Still not good enough for me to want to get more of it, but it was okay. And then Best Berry, I really liked that one more in the pod, not so much in the wax. I tried mixing that one too, and So I had 1 of each of those, so I think they're done. Unless there's one hidden somewhere that I don't remember. All right, so then in the next section that I have are bars that were originally released as holiday bricks at the end of 2020. So in that collection, I had added, once I got the brick, I had added it to my club so it would be a bar. So I have Marshmallow Mint Cocoa, which for someone who doesn't really enjoy chocolate scents, this one has a awesome balance of chocolate and mint. It's really, really good. I actually show that I have 5. How did I get 5? I don't remember. I must have added like 3 to my club or something like that for me to be already having 5. So I don't know. I must have done that. So it says that I have 5. And the other one that I did add to my club was Crimson Berry Christmas. I don't have the scent notes for these. I'm sorry, I forgot to grab those. Love the Crimson Berry Christmas. And I only have 1 little bar of that one, and that poor little thing is all broken. But those got released into the clearance section afterwards in, what was that? I think it was was it February or early March? I'm not really sure anymore. But I actually picked up an extra brick of Marshmallow Mint Cocoa, and I think I picked up 2 bricks of the Crimson Berry Christmas, so I absolutely don't need to have the bars in my club anymore, so I'm good there. And then the next collection was the Scents of the Season, and I don't have all of those in bar form. I do technically, because I have 2 complete sets, extra sets that I had bought for myself. But in terms of like just individual bars that I have loose outside of the set, I have Blue Christmas, but I don't have it in this category because Blue Christmas, I have that Blue Christmas was the Scents of the Season for 2020, but it was also in the Bring Back My Bars in January of 2020. So you'll see that one in the Bring Back My Bar section. So the other 2 scents that I do have are Gingerbread Hugs and Wassail Wonderland. And I really enjoyed both of these, more so that Gingerbread Hugs. I wasn't expecting to like the Gingerbread Hugs as much as I did. And I'm trying to see. Yeah, I've got the little scent notes that came with the little mini testers that we got. So Gingerbread Hugs says nutmeg, gingerbread, vanilla. And I remember smelling this on Cold Sniff and not liking it at all, thinking that I thought it was going to be horrible, that I wasn't going to like it. It just has some weird note in it, Cold Sniff. Now it doesn't seem that bad to me, cold sniff, maybe because I've warmed it. I know what it smells like on warm, so now cold smells better, I guess. But I love it when it's warming. I absolutely love it. And Wassail Wonderland says orange zest, lemon peel, cinnamon stick, fir needles. All scents that sound awesome to me. The fir needles would have scared me a little bit, but all the fruit in there, the orange and the lemon and the cinnamon stick, mixed with the fir, oh my gosh. That is an awesome scent. I really get more orange than anything. I like Blue Christmas more, but Wassail Wonderland is really, really good. And in terms of Gingerbread Hugs, I only have one. But that one is in my club. I think I have it in my club still. I hope I have it in my club still since I only have one. And Wassail Wonderland, I have two. And again, I'm not sure if I took them out of my club recently or not, because I have been trying to keep it down, especially now that I've done my inventory and I know how much I have. I'm really looking hard about what I need to take out. All right, so the next collection was also from 2020, the end of the year, basically in October, and that was the holiday collection where we got Berry Blessed and Feelin' Pine. And my favorite of the three, well, I don't know, Happy Holidays. It's kind of a tie between Happy Holidays and Berry Blessed. I've actually warmed both. Feelin' Pine, I have not warmed. Tree scent didn't seem like it would be my favorite, and there's other tree scents that I like, that I know I like, so I warmed those during the time that I would warm tree scents. So, let's see if I can find the description. Here we go. Berry Blessed. Cranberry, soft vanilla, sparkling sugar. Feelin' Pine, eucalyptus, mistletoe, pine. And Happy Holidays, golden pear, clove, holiday pine. I really like them a lot. I think Berry Blessed has a very peach scent to it. Again, coming around a peach. I love that scent. Love it, love it. And Happy Holidays has a very deep, rich kind of scent. It's different, but it's something that I really like. Love that. And Feelin' Pine, again, I'm usually not big on pine, especially when it comes to tree scents. I tend to like some other ones first. Pine seems to be last on my list of what I prefer. Although I will say this really doesn't smell bad. I've heard good things about it. I'm definitely going to try it this coming season. So that's that collection. Berry Blessed, I have 5. It is in my club. Feelin' Pine, I have 2. And Happy Holidays, I have 5. Both Berry Blessed and Happy Holidays are in my club. So got that kind of stocked up. Then the next collection was from the Harvest collection. And let's see. I'm trying to move some of this stuff around so I can find things. All right. And that one was called the Gorgeous Pumpkin collection. And in that collection, we got Bright Cider Life, Pumpkin Chai, and Pumpkin Tiramisu. And of these, I would say that Pumpkin Tiramisu is probably my favorite. I get just this very slight coffee scent in there. And I love coffee, so I really like that. I thought Pumpkin Chai and Pumpkin Tiramisu mixed really well together. So I like Pumpkin Chai. I like them all. I really liked Bright Cider Life, except I usually will let a scent. I know there's some people that like to change their scents daily or however often. I tend to let mine go until I just don't smell it anymore, unless I'm just tired of it. Or I'm just anxious to try something else, and so I want to change the wax. But normally I'll just let them go and go until I just can't smell them anymore. And then sometimes I might even let it go past that because I might be busy and I just don't have time. And I think, okay, I haven't smelled it for over a day. It's time to change the wax. But Bright Cider Life, when I did that, at the end of its life, it had this burning smell. And I didn't know it was the wax at first, but I kept walking into the room where it was, and I kept thinking, what smells like it's burning around here? And I kept looking around, and I finally realized it was the wax, and it wasn't burning. It just, the smell that it was giving off smelled like something burning to me. But it's actually a beautiful scent, so my intention is this year not to let it go that far so that I don't get that. Got to read the descriptions. So Bright Cider Life says spiced harvest cider, pumpkin, red apple. Pumpkin chai says white pumpkin, cinnamon, and chai. And pumpkin tiramisu says pumpkin, brown sugar, vanilla cream. So again, those were really, really good scents. Let's see. I don't think I told you how many I have. Bright Cider Life, I have 3. That one is not in my club because of the fact that I had that experience with it. I didn't want to keep that one in my club. Pumpkin chai, I have 3. And pumpkin tiramisu, I have 2. And pumpkin chai and pumpkin tiramisu were in my club, but I may have taken them out. I really, really, really like them, and I would like to have kept it in my club, but I think I took them out because the time frame with which I would be warming these scents isn't that long for me because of the weather is usually not cool enough, or I've got so many other things to warm. I thought with 3 pumpkin chai and 2 pumpkin tiramisu and 3 Bright Cider Life, that alone would get me through the season, not to mention any new scents that would come out next year or that I still have from previous ones. So I thought, okay, that's enough. I need to stop on that one. And let's see, the next collection was the Find Your Happy. So at this point, I probably should still be doing ones that most of you probably already know. So hopefully you've liked all of these collections and have experienced them and have them in your club. So, all right, so Find Your Happy. I have all 5 of them still individual bars here. But I did bring along, I had like an extra set that I purchased. So that one has the little card. So that's where I'm going to get the scent descriptions for it. All right. So the first one is First Kiss Fireworks. And First Kiss Fireworks says, pucker up with pink lemons, sweet red apple, and soft musk. Scent note wise, it sounds absolutely phenomenal. It does cold sniff. It smells phenomenal, but unless it's a matter of it needing to cure, performance-wise, it just doesn't quite do it. It's probably between light and medium. It's not even, I wouldn't even consider it a medium. So I enjoy it, and I have some because I'm hoping that if I let it cure, it'll do better. But so for First Kiss Fireworks, I have 2. Again, I'm not counting what's in a set. These would just be loose ones that I have. Technically I have enough for a set, but I don't have the bag, so I don't consider it a set anymore. The next one is Showered in Flowers, which Showered in Flowers says, follow a trail of rose petals to sweet jasmine and sun-kissed greens. And I remember on Cold Sniff, I hadn't gotten to which the one is that's my favorite. So when I got to this one, I remember thinking, oh, this is going to be my favorite. I mean, it smells so, so good. I mean, it is beautiful. It really, really is. For a floral, especially, I mean, I like florals anyways, but it's absolutely gorgeous. But strength-wise, it's the weakest, I think, in the bunch. Maybe very closely followed by the next one, which is Sunrise with Friends. So back to Showered in Flowers. And Showered in Flowers, I have 3. And I got 3 because it was just so beautiful smelling that was one that I was like, please, please, please let it just be a matter of needing to cure, needing to just sit there for a while. I didn't want to have one and find out 6 months from now that that's all it needed was to sit for a while and know that I only have 1. So I have 3 of those. And then Sunrise with Friends, like I said, is the next one. And that one says, soak in the moment with orange zest, coastal water, and ocean driftwood. And I remember cold sniff, I could really pick up the ocean driftwood in this one. And it smells really good. It borders on kind of a manly scent, and I would say that's from the ocean driftwood. It kind of puts it on that path to smelling like a manly scent. And again, cold sniff, it smells like it would be a strong medium, but I didn't get that great of a performance from this one either. So there's only one of these that's in my club, and it's not that one. So Sunrise with Friends, I only have that one. And then the next one would be Taste of Summer. And you probably already know that this is the one that's in my club. I love this scent. Taste of Summer says, sit back and relax with iced tea, lemon, and sparkling sugar. And I've probably said it a million times now. This smells to me like getting the can of the Lipton iced tea crystals for the powdered, mix that you'd make instant. That's what it smells like. I mean, and I get that lemon, and it is a strong performer. It lasts a good long time for me. I absolutely adore this one. This was the absolute winner for me. And Taste of Summer, I have 8. And it is in my club. And I plan on warming that a lot in the spring and summer. And luckily for me, living in Texas, the warm days last much longer than even 6 months. It's probably closer to 8.5 to 9 months, I think, around here. So I'm going to enjoy that Taste of Summer a lot this year. And then the last one in the collection was Wild, Barefoot, and Free. And that one says, throw caution to the wind with fresh air, fields of grass, and wild ivy. And I remember this one having a very green scent to it. Yeah, has a lot of greenery to it. And I enjoyed it by itself, but I remember mixing it with the Sunrise with Friends, and I think I enjoyed it a little bit more mixing it with that one. I think maybe the ocean driftwood mixed with the greenery. Oh, for a minute there, I thought I got oil on my hand again. I was like, no way. But no, this one's dry. I do like that one. Just not enough for it to be in my club. And Wild, Barefoot, and Free, I do have 3. So that should last me a good long while. All right. Then, next in the collections, moving backwards in time here, we're now at about July of 2020. And we have the collection of each region got, I believe, a different set of bars, but it was the international collection. And that was a really fun collection to get because it gave us the opportunity to smell scents that were available in the other regions that we hadn't had before, or I know I had never seen them before. And one of them was actually, I was really looking forward to because it was a scent that we knew I can't even speak. We knew we were going to be getting in the laundry line in the upcoming catalog. And the best way to smell it would be the wax, and it was really the only way without getting the actual laundry line. So I was super happy about that. So in the international collection for Region 1, we received Lucky Starfruit. And let's see, I know I printed the paper on the collection. Yes, I did. I've got the little notes here. So Lucky Starfruit says, this sunny pop of orange, apricot, and starfruit is a sweet wish come true. And it says that it was popular in Europe and Australia, New Zealand. So, oh, it's like really wet. Not dripping, but it's wet. It smells really, really good. In fact, I think it actually might smell a little stronger than it did originally, because I don't remember it smelling quite as strong as it does right this second. It smells really, really good. So this might be one of those ones that needed to cure, because I'm thinking it didn't smell, I needed to put these bars down. It didn't smell this good back when I got it originally. So I'm glad that it's seems to be a little stronger now. So Lucky Starfruit, I only have one though. Again, like I said, it didn't seem to be strong enough for me when I got it the first time, so I didn't get extras. I got the one extra, but I didn't put it in my club or anything like that. And then the next one in there was Pacific Sandalwood. This one was a really good one. It says creamy vanilla cashmere and cozy cotton drift over an expanse of warm Pacific sandalwood. And it was popular in Australia and New Zealand. And another one that's pretty wet. Oh, this one was a really, really, really good one. It actually, I think it warms better. The smell is better when it warms than it even is in the bar. Although it smells good in the bar. It smells really, really good. I enjoyed it, but I remember when it came out, it was at a time when I needed to kind of clean my club, and I was trying not to put too much in. So instead, I bought 6 bars. I have 6 bars, probably bought more than that, but I have 6 bars, and it's not in my club. Then I have Salted Lavender from that collection. Salted Lavender said, classic English lavender mingles with ocean minerals and timberwood for a salty twist on tradition. And it was popular in Europe and Australia, New Zealand. This one was fantastic. Really, really good. It reminded me a lot of Fuzzy Blanket. And it doesn't smell like Snuggle Up, but it's along those same lines as like Snuggle Up and Fuzzy Blanket. And at least to me, my nose, that's kind of the experience that I get, that nice kind of pretty soft, sweet lavender. It's really, really good. In fact, I have mixed it quite often with Fuzzy Blanket. I think I get a better performance when I mix it with Fuzzy Blanket than when I have it by itself. So Salted Lavender, I have 5. And I'm going to enjoy that one a lot. Next one is Strawberry and Rock Melon. And this one, I think I had put originally, or I was going to put it in my club, and then I decided not to, because this one says, okay, Rock Melon, which I had no idea what rock melon was supposed to smell like, but I think from what I understand, it's supposed to be kind of like a cantaloupe. So rock melon, strawberry jam, and a whisper of hibiscus shape a sweet, sunny fragrance sure to have your senses singing in tune, popular in Australia and New Zealand. And I remember this was one that Coal Sniff, I did not like. Nope. I thought, no way, I'm not going to like this one at all. But I decided, okay, one day I said, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the little dish in my kitchen that I keep on the stove, and I will warm it in there and see how it does. And loved it. It definitely had a cantaloupe smell to it, and loved it. And the only reason I didn't put it in my club was because I had decided to keep, and I even pulled out one of the Bring Back My bars that has a melon scent in it, because I decided, oh, I'm going to keep Do We or Don't We. And now I don't have either of them. Ugh, strawberry and rock melon. Really, really good. I have 3. And then the one that I was happy to see because it was going to be the scent that was coming in our laundry catalog in that next season is Windowsill Breeze. And Windowsill Breeze says, fresh, clean breeze flutters through crisp linen in a perfect spring moment, popular in Europe and Australia, New Zealand. And it really, I mean, it is definitely a laundry scent, and it smells so good, so fresh laundry kind of scent. I think my husband was the one that told me when he smelled it, he thought it smelled kind of like Bounce, I think it was what he told me. It smells really, really good, and I do enjoy it in the laundry bundle. I have used it in the washer whiffs for sure. In fact, I have Palm Beach. I can see Palm Beach Breeze underneath the little table right here. I know I have a Windowsill Breeze, but might be in the laundry room right now. But I enjoy that one. I think it's really good. But I use that one and Clothesline and Jammy Time. I would say those three for me fall like within the same category. I like use it on the sheets and the towels and the blankets. So I really enjoy that. And Windowsill Breeze, I have 3. So that brings us to the next collection that I have bars from. And that is the 2020 Father's Day collection. And I have said that I liked all of them. So I actually have all of them. I think, well, we know that there's one in particular that was not a big thrill for most people, but I did enjoy it, and that is Chillin' and Grillin'. I thought Chillin' and Grillin' was good. And let's see, I thought I had the papers for this one. Maybe not. Okay, thought I did, but I don't. Chillin' and Grillin', I like it. That is so strong, though. It really, really is. It is. I am the type, I like my scents to be strong. I will generally put 2 cubes in each warmer. And even right now, my TV stand in the TV room, normally I had 2 warmers on that stand, but a couple of months ago I changed it to just 1. But when I had to, even then, I would use 1 cube. That's it. Like, I wouldn't even put 1 in each. I put 1 cube. That's how strong this stuff is. It is super, super strong. But it smells like somebody has got the applewood chips or cedarwood, applewood chips on their grill outside, and because they're doing grilling and they're getting stuff from the kitchen or whatever, they're leaving the door open, and so you're getting that smell of the cedarwood chips and the grill coming in. The only difference is with this, you don't get that smoke where you feel like, open the windows, all the smoke is getting in the house, right? This, you're getting the smell without the smoke, and it can be pretty potent. I can see why a lot of people were not really thrilled by it. Again, it's not the kind of scent that you would put, even, I'm going to put 1 in every warmer. No, that would be way, way, way too many. I still think this one would be a great one for outside when you're grilling or you're having a barbecue or you're having a pool party, and if you have a warmer and you just put 1, you'd get that smell of the grill going without having a bunch of smoke. I like it. I think it's great. Do I have a ton of it? No. Is it in my club? No. But I will enjoy what I do have, and I have a lot. I have a lot. I have 6 bars of Chillin' and Grillin'. I thought it was really good. I really did. And I will use it some this summer. I will enjoy it. One of the other ones in the Father's Day collection was Cruisin'. Now, cruising, I would say when you're looking for that that fresh new car scent, and you get that like leathery scent from the new car scent, that's what cruising is. That's what it smells like to me. It smells exactly like new car scent that you would get for your car when you'd get like the whatever brand that you would get for your hanging on your mirror, and it's new car scent. That's what cruising is. It smells just like that, and I enjoy that. I think I actually keep wanting to put this in my boys' rooms. I'm always talking about how I'm trying to cover up the smell from the boys, and I'm like, I think cruising in their room would be kind of cool. At least it would have the smell of a fresh car. You know, I'd rather smell that over laundry. Cruising, I have 7. I actually had fun picking up the Father's Day collection. I liked it. I really did. And the third one from the collection was My Hero. And you know My Hero from being in the catalog this spring and summer season, but it started off in the Father's Day collection in 2020, and it is a fantastic scent. It is a great, great manly scent. That one you can look up in the catalog for the description, but it is really good. If you haven't tried it, I would suggest that one. You might be okay with having missed cruising and chilling and grilling, but My Hero is a really nice one, and I have 8 of those. I'd say my Father's Day collection numbers are pretty high compared to everything else. All right, then the collection before that, or probably right around the same time. I wasn't quite sure which one came out first, but the one right around the same time was the summer collection of 2020. And in that summer collection, we actually had 4 bars that came out. We had a really nice summer collection in 2020, and I've got the little flyer here of the stuff that was released. In fact, I mentioned the other day, I think, well, not the other day, but when I was doing my empties, that I was now using, I had finished a hand soap for my bathroom upstairs, and then I replaced it with hibiscus water hand soap, which had been released in the summer last year. And love that hand soap. Just absolutely love it. But we had we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5 scents that were released in the summer last year. Only one I don't have here. And you'll know probably why when I tell you the name. It was called Pineapple and Fuego. So basically pineapple on fire. And it said pineapple nectar and sugarcane get fired up with a dash of sriracha. So I personally wasn't crazy about it. It had the pineapple kind of scent that I don't like, so I don't have that one. But that in that particular summer collection was when we were introduced to the Palm Beach Breeze in the laundry line. And I personally didn't get the laundry line last year in the summer. So I was anxious to try it this year when it came out in our catalog. So I like it. It's not as strong as I would like it to be, but I'm enjoying it. But the bars that I do have from the summer collection are Fiesta Lime, which is in my club. Came back this year, but not in a bar. Came back in the cleaning stuff, right? The counter clean, the bathroom cleaner, and the dish soap. So it was a bar last year in the summer collection. I love it. And of course, I've said I like lemon and lime scents. So I absolutely love this. It's in my club, like I said. Fiesta Lime says fun-loving lime. It is kind of a candy-ish kind of lime. Fun-loving lime, lemongrass, and ginger throw the ultimate block party. Ginger tends to scare me, but this does not give me ginger. This is just straight up candy, lime, tart. I could just keep on smelling this. I Love, love Fiesta Lime. And my numbers will show that. Again, it is in my club. I have 9 bars. And I can easily go through 9 bars of anything that's lime or lemon. I won't have a problem using that at all. The next one was hibiscus water, which is the one that I said that I have the hand soap in my bathroom right now. Hibiscus water says, apple and hibiscus frolic in a mellow mineral water spring. I love the way the hibiscus water smells. It smells so good. It's got that kind of sweet floral, like very soft kind of floral though. And I've said before in videos that for me personally, I love to mix hibiscus water with hibiscus pineapple, which is actually in our catalog. And I keep hoping that maybe they'll bring the hibiscus water back because I love to mix those two and put those in my bedroom. Love it. Absolutely love it. So hibiscus water, I have 9. I needed to stock up since it didn't come back because I need to be able to combine it with the hibiscus pineapple. And I know I contemplated taking it out of my club, and I may very well have. Like I said, I'm really, really trying hard to limit my club as much as I can because we've got things like Bring Back My Bar coming back. We've got collections that are constantly coming up that I want to try, and I don't want my club to just get totally out of hand. So I figured with 9, truly I have enough to mix with the hibiscus pineapple. So I probably did take it out of my club, and if I haven't, I probably should. Don't know that I would if I haven't, but I should. Then the other one that I had mentioned, I keep forgetting to put them in the box, that came out last summer is Palm Beach Breeze, which if you've tried the laundry line, then you know what Palm Beach Breeze smells like. It is really nice. It says flamingo peach, which I don't really get peach. Not from this. Palm Beach Breeze says flamingo peach struts over lush palm greens and a hint of salty ocean musk. That's what I get. I get the lush palm greens and the hint of salty ocean musk, which I don't know. I think I get more than a hint. It's not overpoweringly salty, but I definitely get like a salty greens. I really don't get peach. I don't personally. Maybe somebody else does, but I don't. And let's see. Palm Beach Breeze. I have 6. So I'm good to go on that one. And did Palm Beach Breeze come back in the spring? I know it's in the laundry, but did it come back in the catalog too? I'm so confused. I don't even know. Maybe. I could grab my catalog, but I'm not going to. You could just leave me a comment whether or not it came back because I can't remember. And then this one I know came back in the catalog, and that one was Watermelon Tangerine. So that was another one that was in the summer collection. You see, we had a great summer collection last year. I really thought we did, except for that pineapple one, which I'm sure there's some of you who loved it, just not me. But Watermelon Tangerine, it's not a very strong performer. Like, it doesn't throw really, really well, but it's got a beautiful scent. Absolutely beautiful. And Watermelon Tangerine says sweet watermelon slices spiked with juicy tangerine and dewy greens. And again, this one's in our catalog now, so you've probably had the pleasure of smelling that one. It's so good. So good. So Watermelon Tangerine, I have 5. Not in my club because it's in our catalog right now. Then, coming backwards a little more, in April of 2020, we had the pleasure of having another collection that was called the Mix It collection. And that was a fantastic collection. That was one that I really, really enjoyed. I think there was 5 bars, and of the 5 bars, I at one point I had 4 of the 5 in my club. There was only one that it wasn't bad. It's just kind of like I've said in some other categories or scents that like I might tell you, that's a good floral, but there are so many other florals I like more. Well, in this particular category, it was the one that I would say was the greens kind of scent. There were so many other green scents that I liked more. It wasn't my favorite, so that was the only one that I did not keep in my club. So in that collection, we had Grapefruit Orange, which is one of the ones that I was talking about that got lost in my club. And Grapefruit Orange says, this classic citrus scent gets a little extra kick from the grapefruit, so it's perfect for adding some zest. And I loved this one because I felt like it had the perfect balance of grapefruit and orange. It was not, when I would walk into the room, wherever I was warming this, I would never walk in and think, oh, it's all grapefruit or it's all orange. It was almost like you'd breathe in and you'd go grapefruit, but as you'd breathe in, you'd think, ooh, orange. It's like grapefruit, orange. You could smell both of them. It was fantastic. It is fantastic. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I really regret that it got taken out of my club by accident. But I do have 7. So I'm good to go for a while. Then another one in that Mix It collection was called Honeysuckle Peony. And Honeysuckle Peony, says, this sweet modern twist on the traditional floral will add a delicate pink bouquet to your creation. This one I found very sweet, if I remember, in terms of floral. Like, when sometimes you think floral and you think, oh, that's like a soft floral. And sometimes the honeysuckle, that's one of those where I would say it's a floral not for the faint of heart, not for somebody who thinks, I like florals a little bit when they're not too, it's floral. And that honeysuckle can be very powerful, but it was a really good scent, and they were meant to be mixed. That's why they called it the Mix It collection. And this one it mixed really, really well with a lot of other scents. So I enjoyed it. And the Honeysuckle Peony, I still have 2 left of those. Then I would say my second favorite after the Grapefruit Orange was Juicy Apple Raspberry. That was another fantastic scent. Oh, gosh. Not as good as that Grapefruit Orange, but way up there. And it says, this sweet and luscious scent will brighten any combination with a perfect touch of fruity fun. That was so good. I really, really liked it. Again, not as much as Grapefruit Orange, but way up there. I have 4 of those left. Then the one that I said was not really my favorite, and that was Rainfall and Lush Greens. And Rainfall and Lush Greens says, true to its name, this lush and watery fragrance will bring a fresh green feel to any blend. So it actually smells better now than it did to me originally. But I think upon warming, I think I know what it was. The fact that it says Rainfall and Lush Greens. I think if it had just been Lush Greens, I probably would have loved it so much more. But the fact that I think they tried to kind of bring in the rainfall theme into the Lush Greens, I think it had that watery note that I'm usually not crazy about. I don't know what it is because it doesn't tell us what the specific things are in there. And I keep thinking one of these days I'm going to take all the scents that are watery that I don't really like, and I'm going to compare all the scent notes that are in them and see if I can figure out which one it is that I don't like. But I kind of think this one might have had that in there, so it was not technically one of my favorites. I didn't mind it, and I thought it did well. it just had that note that I wasn't crazy about. So, and like I said, there was so many other green scents that I liked more. So I still have one. That should be my only one that I have. And then the other one was Spun Sugar and Vanilla. And Spun Sugar and Vanilla said, fluffy spun sugar is pure temptation, but still subtle enough to add sweetness without overpowering. And this one had a very similar scent, I think, to like sugar. Something along those lines, but more torched, right? So like you take the sugar and you just smell sugar, right? And then you take that little torch for making creme brulee and you kind of toast it a little bit, right? And the scent's going to change a little bit. And then the more you torch it, the more the scent changes, the more charred it's going to start to smell. So this had not like a super charred kind of smell, but it had more of a cooked sugar smell than just sugar kind of did. I liked it. I thought it did really well. I remember I even did this one in my half bath, and again, I don't have a problem warming anything anywhere. If I like the scent, I don't care. I'm going to enjoy it in that area. And what I find a little funny is I will warm a food scent in the bathroom, but I'm not bringing any food into the bathroom. I won't bring food or drink. I have seen people do that, and hey, you do what you want to do. But if I forgot, and let's say I was carrying a cup of coffee with me and I happened to bring it into the bathroom, well, that cup of coffee is going down the drain after that. I'm like, nope, can't do it. It's just my own quirk. But Spun Sugar and Vanilla, I enjoyed it in the half bath. I thought it did really, really well. It had that kind of medium. It wasn't like a super strong scent, but it was definitely, I would say, a good medium. So it did really well in that half bath. And I still have 3 of those. All right. Then one little lonely scent that was a little bit around that time. It would have probably been around April of 2020. And that was the Mother's Day collection scent. And for Mother's Day that year, the scent was called Picked for You. And this is a beautiful floral, absolutely beautiful floral. And again, I don't have the scent notes for this one. Gosh, I love this one. It is so pretty. And it's definitely one of those florals that it's got a great performance, great strength, but it's not like the honeysuckle where it's like almost like in your face. This is just a subtle, sweet, floral, beautiful scent. I really, really like it. And I still have the pods. I haven't even used the pods because it's one of those that I know that once I use it, I won't have it anymore. So I haven't wanted to use it, but I have been using the wax, and that one was in my club, and I believe that was another one that I just recently pulled out. So I have 6, so that should last me for a while. Then before that, we had the Easter collection 2020, and let's see, in the Easter collection, they did such a great job with the little labels for the wax that year for the Easter collection. One of them's going to be a little different, and the reason it's different is because it technically belongs, the one that I have belongs in the Bring Back My Bar section, but I pulled it so that I could show it to you with the Easter collection because it was in the Easter collection also. So I have that the first one was called Candy Dandy. And I can't remember if I have the scent notes for this one. Let me check real quick. See what I have. Kind of think I don't, but no, I do not. All right, so Candy Dandy was a really nice, sweet candy kind of scent. It's really nice. My only thing with this one and the next one is they didn't have a really good throw for me personally. So, but I think like Candy Dandy would have made a really good mixer. Did I show you? I showed you the bar, didn't I? It's it's like 10:40 at night. My kids went to an event. My husband's already sleeping because he's got to get up at 4 a.m. to go to work. So I'm kind of here alone, quiet. I figured it's a perfect time to do a video. But I can't remember if I showed you the bar. So look how cute the packaging was for the Easter collection. I mean, that is so adorable. That was Candy Dandy. And Candy Dandy, I only have one. And one of the other ones was called Cotton Candy Cookie, which had a really weird name. You think, oh my gosh, that does not sound like it would be very good. It's fantastic. It really is. This is another one I did in the half bath because, again, it didn't have like a super strong throw for me. I knew that if I did this in my living room, it would get lost and I would never actually smell it. If I'm going to warm it and I know that it smells really, really good, I want to smell it. So if that means putting it in the bathroom, I'm putting it in the bathroom. Gosh, and it really does smell so, so good. And this would have been one of those ones that if I could go back and add it to my club, I would, because it smells that good. But it was too late for me. So I only have one more of that one also. And then the third one that was released in that Easter collection, which my label is going to have the Bring Back My Bar, is Rockin' Ruby Raz. So Rockin' Ruby Raz was another really good one. And I thought I had a note here. I probably didn't make the row big enough on my spreadsheet, but because it would have said the Bring Back My Bar came in too. But I think I had a note about something else about when this had come out. It's a really, really good scent. Raz for, I believe, raspberry. It's a really, really nice scent. And I do have 3 of those because I think Rockin' Ruby Raz was the only one I put in my club. And I didn't leave it in there for too long. And the only reason I took it out, I do remember this. It seemed to be delayed I think I had this at the time, I had it on a monthly. And it was out of stock. It was constantly like out of stock. And they were having trouble because I think it was during the beginning of the Corona stuff. And so they were having a lot of trouble getting the shipments in. And so it kept delaying my Scentsy Club. And so instead of my club would process like on the 10th of the month, but I wouldn't get it till like the 28th or something like that. And I think it was this bar that delayed my shipment so much that this was probably the only time I actually got angry. I didn't get my shipment until, like I said, around the 28th or something like that. And it included the whiff box. And I was excited about that whiff box because that was the month that they had the pet collection. And I have a dog. And it wasn't so much the dog shampoo or whatever that was coming in there. I already even had that because I had already bought one, but it was coming with the little tennis ball as one of the extras in there. And she loves toys. She absolutely loves toys. My previous dog, you'd give her a toy and she looked at it like, whatever, I'm not playing with that. But this dog loves toys, and I was so excited about getting that tennis ball for her. And my shipment was so delayed that this is one of those that I've said that about the substitutions. They substituted the tennis ball. And instead I got a scent circle. I was angry. I was very angry because I felt like the whiff box is in my subscription. I should get priority as a subscriber over someone who just purchases it. I was I was very upset that I didn't get it for my dog, because it's not like I needed it, right? It's done. It's over. But I got angry because I felt like Rockin' Ruby Raz was the reason I didn't get it, because this was delaying my order because it was out of stock. And instead of them just shipping it, they would hold it and wait and wait and wait. So I got so mad that I was like, fine, Rockin' Ruby Raz, you're out. I'm not going to have you delay my stuff anymore. So that's my rant. Obviously, I still have a little issue with that, but I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. So anyways, the next collection. Oh, Rockin' Ruby Raz. I have 3. The next collection was in February 2020, and that was the Fantasy Wax collection. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still have all 5 of those. And I pulled the, I actually still have the organza bag that it came in with, actually ones that are still have some, they're open bars that I still haven't finished. So I've got the little scent note paper that's attached to it. So in that one, we have, the first bar was called Confetti Party. And Confetti Party says, get up and go with green apple, kiwi, and playful powdered sugar. And I think this was the one that I kind of liked. Yeah, there's only 3 cubes left in the bar that I have in here. I kind of like this one. I remember liking this one. I can't remember. There was one that I didn't. My husband did, but I didn't. I think I liked Confetti Party. Confetti Party, I show that I have 1. Put them all here on the side for a second. Then the next one is called Pixie Sparkle. And they really did a nice job with this collection too, with the details on the display. Let's see, Pixie Sparkle. Sparkling strawberry skips over vanilla marshmallow and breezy blush amber. And that one's also in here, and I only used 1 cube. I'm thinking that might be the one that I wasn't crazy about. It smells really good in the bar, but that might be what surprised me about it. There was one, and I think it was this one. I'd have to warm it again, but there was one. It was the first one I warmed, and that's why I kind of think it was Pixie Sparkle, since there's only 1 cube missing. And back then, now I have a full-size warmer in that half bath, but originally I had a plug-in mini warmer in the half bath, so I would only use 1 cube in there. And the fact that there's only 1 cube missing from that Pixie Sparkle makes me think that's the one that I did. It was the very first one I did, and I put it in. I said that I always keep the door closed to that bathroom. I could not keep the door closed. It was a strong performer, and it had a note that was just overbearing. And maybe because I was doing it in a very small room, and it was one that really threw. I felt like I was gagging every time I walked in there. My husband's like, it smells good. I was like, I can't do it. He's like, it smells good. And I'd be like, all right, fine. I'm leaving the door open though, because I couldn't take it. I was like, nope. So I think that's why that one only has 1 cube missing, and that's it. And so Pixie Sparkle, I still have that 1 bar, and that's it. The next one was Rainbow Berry. And that one was an open one in there, but I just recently finished it, like within the past week. I finished the other bar. So Rainbow Berry. Oh, you know what? Did I read you what the other one said? I thought I did. Yeah, I did. Rainbow Berry, though, says colorful mixed berries and vanilla band together for some fun. Now, the Rainbow Berry, I expected to get a better berry scent from it. Cold sniff. It smells really good, like a really nice berry blend kind of thing. And it's got the picture of what those called macaroons, I think, or something like that. But I didn't find that I got as good of a smell from it on warm as I did cold. So Rainbow Berry, I've got one. Then the next one, another cute. They were all so cute. The papers, the little labels. Sparkling Sugar. And Sparkling Sugar says, wild pineapple and sparkling yuzu flirt boldly with sugared musk. Now let's see. Now that one I'm missing 4. So that makes me think that's not the one that I did. See? Yeah, not my favorite scent even on cold sniff, but I don't think it did poorly when I warmed it. Otherwise, I don't think I would have already gone through 4. But again, I don't think any of them were like favorites for me. I think that's why I still have the other ones all still open, except for, like I said, and I think the 2 that are finished just recently got finished because all 5 of them were still in the bag when I looked at it not too long ago. So Sparkling Sugar, I have 1. And then the last one in the collection is called Unicorn Kisses. Again, another really cute one. And Unicorn Kisses says, anything's possible with pink watermelon, cherry lollipop, and rainbow rose. And I think I remember a lot of people saying they got a lot of that cherry lollipop from it. I personally don't get a lot of cherry lollipop. This was probably, if I remember correctly, smelling a cold sniff, this was probably my favorite of the 5. Not that any of them were like, ooh, I got to keep it, because none of them went in my club. But I also did finish Unicorn Kisses recently, and I mean, it's okay. It's just not, like I said, none of the collection was like wowed me and made me think, oh, I have to have this over and over again. No, but it was fun to have, and I enjoyed it, and I'm good to go. So I have 1 Unicorn Kiss. So basically I have the few open bars that I have there, and then I have 1 full set here. And then that's it for the fantasy collection. All right. This is turning into a really long video. Oh, I'm already at an hour. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. I'm going to keep on going. All right, next collection is from the November time frame of 2019, or at least I believe it was November. And it was the Cozy Collection. You've probably heard it mentioned before. It was called the Cozy Collection because all the scents started with the word cozy. And I have a full set here so that you can see. It was packaged really nicely. It came in a box that was shaped like a gingerbread house. I mean, it's really, really cute. And I'm trying to see. I see the names on the back, but I thought maybe it had like a scent description, but instead I think it has like ingredients or something. Cozy Cabin. Yeah, it's got benzyl salicylate, alpha. I can't read all those words. Nope, can't do it. But that's what it came in. And then not only was it released as the Cozy collection, but then they wound up having a, I was noticing when I was trying to find the information, and when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, I did that, and so did one of my friends. They had it as part of a early Black Friday set also. They had sold the Cozy collection with, they had for one of the, I think it was one of the warmers of the month, probably would have been before I think I was buying them. So probably in 2018, maybe the latter part of 2018, they had the snowman, and they had like the full size one, and then they had the mini, and they sold the 2 together. So that year they had the Cozy collection with the full size snowman warmer, and they had a awesome deal on it. And I remember I picked it up, and so did one of my coworkers. So I had several sets of the Cozy collection. So the first one in there is called Cozy Cabin. And let me see, because I'm sure I have, oh, you know what? I pulled this out thinking it had the descriptions. Let's see if it's in there. It should be in there. I don't want to tear my box up because it's so cute. Let's see if I can do this without ripping it. Huh. It's not in there. I would have thought it would have had like a paper in there. They came packaged like that. Really cute. It really is. And it had like the to and from on the top. Let me check again. Maybe the back, maybe it's on the back and I just don't. It's got the names, Cozy Cabin, and then ingredients. And then warning, keep out of reach of children and pets, blah, blah, blah. And the bottom, nope, manufactured for Scentsy. All right, well, I guess I should have looked to see if it had the notes on it. One other place, let me see. Nope. Sorry. I thought for sure it would have been on the house thing. That's why I pulled it thinking it was going to be on there, but it's not. So I'm just going to have to go without the scent notes. Sorry. So again, Cozy Cabin, which I thought was a really nice scent. Not one of my favorites, but I thought it did well. And kind of along the lines of manly, but manly and almost like tree green at the same time. It was okay. Not my favorite. But I do have 3 because it did perform pretty well. Then I have Cozy Cashmere, which I think we all hoped was going to smell at the time just like Cozy Cardigan, because I think at the time Cozy Cardigan was not even available. So it was kind of like, okay, we'll get Cozy Cashmere instead. And it's, I would say, way more perfumey than Cozy Cardigan. It smells really nice. I liked it. I thought it was really good, but I found it more perfumey than Cozy Cardigan would be. Let's see, Cozy Cashmere, I have 3 of those. Then in the collection, they had to have something for the bakery person, right? So they had Cozy Cookie. And Cozy Cookie definitely smells good. I think they have other bakery scents that I think are better. But, and gosh, came out in 2019. I probably haven't even warmed this since 2019. So I couldn't tell you whether it performed well or not. I have 2 of those still. Again, I'm not a huge bakery person, and I really don't remember how this one did. Somebody can leave a comment that did, whether you liked it or not and how you think it performed. Then this one, which was probably not my favorite from the collection. I didn't think it was bad, but kind of like the scent note, the scent preferences change. I actually have 2 of these open right now, and I tried using them this past fall. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get through it. I don't know why I had 2 open ones, but I was trying to finish them, and I couldn't do it. I wasn't enjoying it, and I thought, I'm not going to keep putting something in that I'm not enjoying. I mean, time is precious. I've got to do what I like. So I didn't quite like this one anymore, and that was Cozy Cranberry. And I think I ended up with extras. Well, I know I ended up with extras. I have 5 of that one, and I think, oh gosh, cold sniff. I'm like, it's got something in there that almost smells like rancid kind of thing. Oh, sorry. Don't mean to make faces, but I remember my coworker, when she was going to get the collection as part of the early Black Friday, she didn't necessarily want all the scents that were in there. So she asked if I told her, that's fine, we'll get it, and then I'll trade out something that you want, right? Like she didn't want cozy cranberry, but instead she wanted an extra something else that she liked, like Just Breathe or something like that. And so I traded out a bar for her, and I just kept the cozy cranberry for me and gave her something else. So that's one of the ways I ended up with an extra one. And oh boy, yeah, it's going to take me a long time to get through those 5 unless I figure out something to mix it with, or my scent preferences change again. And then that Cozy Cashmere and this one were probably my 2 favorites in the collection, and that was Cozy Spice. I really liked Cozy Spice. I thought it was really, really good. It had just the right amount of spice. It had a really, really good scent. I can't remember per se what it smelled like while warming, but I do remember that I liked it a lot. And I'm trying to see if I can get the bar out so I can smell the bottom. Yeah, almost spices. Yeah, like, like nutmeg and maybe allspice or something like that. I think definitely nutmeg though. It just had a really nice spice kind of smell to it, and I really enjoyed it. And I only have one left of that one. I was definitely enjoying that one when I got that one. So that was the Cozy collection from late 2019. And then there would have been Bricks in 2019. And I didn't want to pick up a lot of bricks. So, I mean, I got bricks in 2019, but I could kick myself for not putting in Candy Cane Wishes as something to keep getting. But I was more relatively new with bricks. Like, I hadn't really gotten a lot of bricks before that. And I thought, these bricks there's so much wax. I'm like, it's going to take me forever to get through this brick, and so I don't really need that many extras, right? So I didn't put Candy Cane Wishes in, and I really wish I had, because I love Candy Cane Wishes. But the one that I did put in, and I only got 1 bar, and then after I got the 1 bar, I took it out because I just wanted to have the 1 extra so that when I finished the brick, I still had one maybe for like the following season or something like that. And that was Sugar Plum Berry. That was a very different scent. I think originally when they told us the bricks and everybody heard Sugar Plum Berry, you get this thought in your head of what you think it's going to smell like, and I think we all thought like the plum and the berry and the sugar, right? And you're just thinking, oh, this is going to be this sweet plum berry kind of scent. It's going to be really good. And it is a good scent. I really enjoy it. In fact, I probably enjoy it more now than I did when it originally came out. But what you didn't know until you got it was that it was mixed with a tree scent. So you weren't expecting that. Gosh, it smells good. And I think it becomes, like I said, it's one of those expectations. You expected sweet plum berry kind of scent, and you opened it up and you're like, what the heck? This is tree. That's your first reaction. Like, there's tree in here. Like, who put the tree in here? I know I had that reaction. Like, wait a minute, why did you put tree in this? But, oh my gosh. Once you get past that expectation and you actually warm it, it is beautiful. It is really, really beautiful. I would love to see Sugar Plum Berry come back. I think it's fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. And I wish I had left that one in my club, because like I said, it was there. But I have that one, and that only one. And I still have, I think I have maybe half a brick. I can't remember, but about that. Then we would have had the holiday collection in 2019. Loose bars, I only have 2, but there were 3. And I do have the set, so technically I have the other scent. Oops, that scared me. But let's see, I'm trying to find. I do have my little flyer for the holiday 2019, which should have the scent notes in here as soon as I find them. Here they are. Okay. And look at that. They called it Make the Mood. All right. So this one we received evergreen and grapefruit. Love this scent. And if I'm not mistaken, this one had been in the catalog, I want to say up until last fall, winter, I thought. Because I'm pretty sure it's one that I had several of. I love evergreen and grapefruit. Again, that would be one of those tree scents that I do like. I like the way tree scents mix with grapefruit. I think it smells really good. So, evergreen and grapefruit says fresh fir needles and white cedar sparkle with radiant notes of grapefruit. It's a really good scent, and I have 2. My box is getting pretty full here. Might have to start leaving them in the rolling cart. And then the other one that I do have is hazelnut frosting. And I've been kind of hoarding this one because it's my last one. Hazelnut frosting says heavenly hazelnut cream whipped with golden vanilla and a hint of ginger. And it's a beautiful fragrance. I'm one of those people that loves putting the flavored syrups in my coffee. Not every time, but I enjoy it. And generally, I will go with hazelnut as my first choice. That is a gorgeous scent. Gorgeous. Love it. Hazelnut frosting. And I have 1 of those. And just to let you know, the third scent was called Brown Sugar Praline. And that says decadent layers of praline and brown sugar finished by the perfect dash of spice. And like I said, I do have the whole set, so I know I have one. That was another good one. It really was. But probably so much so that I probably had one of those and finished that one already. So the only one I have now is the one that's in the set. So I don't think I'll be touching that one anytime soon. Then the one before that would have been the Harvest Collection of 2019. I'm trying to pull out my little flyers. So here was the Harvest Collection for 2019, and that's they had that beautiful little mini warmer there, and that was the first time that they released the Nightmare Before Christmas warmer, Jack. And it was also when they had released the Jack's Obsession bar. That was the first time I got to try it, and dummy me had forgotten to put it in her club. And I was blessed by the fact that they brought it back in 2020, so I did get to put it back in my club after that. But the bars that were released in that Harvest 2019, let's see. Harvest Delights bar. All right, so we had one called Apple Cherry Cider. And that one said, toast to the harvest with fresh picked apple and cherry heightened by cinnamon stick. And I don't really remember what these smell like. I don't particularly like the way the apple cherry cider smells on cold sniff. I think it's the, of all things, I think it's the cinnamon stick. It doesn't have, on cold sniff, it doesn't have like that bakery cinnamon smell. It has more like a stick cinnamon smell. And I mean like stick. I've used cinnamon sticks before in food, but like I almost get like stick smell. It's not very pleasant to me on cold sniff. I mean, maybe the cherry in there doesn't mix well or something. I don't know, because it doesn't really seem appealing to me. I'm actually thinking I never even warmed it, because of the other ones I have 1 bar left, and of this one I have 2. And chances are I bought 2 sets. So I'll probably have 2 because I probably never warmed it again, because I didn't like the way it smelled on Cold Sniff. So that was apple cherry cider. Then there was cinnamon roasted pear. And cinnamon roasted pear says, fall for rich roasted pear spiced with clove, cinnamon, and a touch of vanilla bean. And yeah, you see, this one smells much better. Much, much better. And I think I get a little bit of the pear. I really do. And then mixed with the clove and cinnamon. I don't know that I get the vanilla bean, but I remember I liked this one, but performance wasn't there. It didn't throw enough for me. So I used that one, and I think that was it. And I didn't put any of these in my club. And then the last one from the Harvest collection was called Huckleberry Apple Pie. And Huckleberry Apple Pie says, sweet apple and huckleberry topped with creamy vanilla make for a glorious and guilt-free fall indulgence. And yeah, I have come to realize that I'm not huge on huckleberry. My husband loved huckleberry sage, and so I think I'm trying to remember. No, I think I finally took that one out of my club because he liked it, so I got it for him. But I've had 3 different huckleberry scents, and the huckleberry sage is probably my favorite of the 3. But for me, it becomes one of those I can do without it. So I think for that reason, I wasn't too crazy about that one. So I still have one of those. Now we are up to the summer collection of 2019. And in the summer collection of 2019, one of the scents that came out, I know I have that paper. Let me see. That was another great collection that we had. That's when, what's he called? Boulder the Bear. I don't know. You probably saw him in the voting for the Bring Back My Buddy. They had, because my husband voted for Boulder the Bear. I remember that. So there's Boulder the Bear. He came out in the summer collection for 2019. They had this warmer that looked like hiking boots, and I wanted it so bad, but I kept putting it off. I kept saying, I'll get it later. I'll get it later. I get it later. I couldn't bring myself to do it. At the time, I didn't want to spend the money. And then it wound up selling out, I think. And then I was like, oh, well, never got it. But I thought it was so cute. The hike, let's see if I can show it to you, the hiking boot warmer. And I might have a better picture. Do I? Yeah, I'm showing you on the really fuzzy one. So I got the hiking boot warmer. And they had the road less traveled in the mini. And we had some body products in a scent called Endless Sea, which was not a scent that I liked. I did not like that one at all. And in terms of the oil collections, I think it has been 2019 summer collection has by far been my favorite of all the different little trios that we get of tins. There was one called Deserted Island and another one called Camping. And I remember there was like one in each that I think are probably outside of like watermelon, red berries, and lots of lemon has been my favorite oils always. And I just loved those oils. And I think I still have 1 tin of each because I wanted to be able to have that oil again because I had a feeling they wouldn't bring it into a full size. So there's Boulder the Bear. And I love the little seahorse. That was so cute. So we had 3 wax bars that were released for the summer collection of 2019. And they are this one, which is Driftwood Bay. Now, Driftwood Bay in the wax was not like my favorite. I'm trying to see if I can find where I wrote it better, just where I can see it better. One of them was Endless Sea, which I don't know that they did release it in a bar. Okay, so there was 4, not 3. There was 4. Endless Sea, which I said also came in that body line, like the bath soap and stuff. I did not like Endless Sea. It was called Sail Free as Sea Breeze and Airy Musk mingle with a hint of linen sailcloth. I'm sure it had that scent note in there that I just don't like. And I think I have I had something that came in. I might have gotten the bath soak, and no, I didn't like it. Then Driftwood Bay says, find a hideaway in layers of sea salt mist and white cyclamen scattered over sun beach driftwood. And the wax, I think it smells good. I mean, it has a very fresh, clean sea salt mist. You know, it smells good. It really does. But it also came in the laundry. They had done like a little mini bundle where you get the little tub with the laundry liquid. And I had picked that up. I picked that up specifically for my husband because I thought it would be more along his lines, or, you know, it would do nicely for his clothes. It did. I don't smell it that much on the bar, but I remember the laundry liquid had a tendency to go towards that manly scent. Okay, I do smell it on the bottom. Yeah, it definitely has a gearing towards the manly scent. And I liked the bar, but what I really, really liked was the counter clean. It came in a counter clean that year. And I don't know, maybe because I do like manly scents, I thought it was fantastic in the counter clean. So good. I mean, I love like the fruity scents. I love Johnny Appleseed. I love the Squeeze the Day in the counter clean. But that Driftwood Bay, I don't know why, but I really, really, really liked it in the counter clean. I liked it so much. I think I wound up getting like 9 bottles of it. That's how much I liked it. I mean, it was like my absolute favorite. So Driftwood Bay, manly kind of scent. Counter clean was better than the wax. But I don't know. And then there was a scent called Gone Camping. And Gone Camping says, grab your tent and pick a spot where soft lilies ride meadow breezes beyond the amber woods. And this is kind of it has like that outdoorsy, I think it's that woods and trying to mix with the lilies and the meadow breezes. It's good. It's I've enjoyed it. I don't find that it's not something that I reach for every day. It's not something that I'm like, oh, where's that Gone Camping? I want to warm that again. No, it's one of those that if it's in front of me and I'm thinking, hey, you know, what can I warm today? I might grab it and go, oh yeah, okay, I'll do Gone Camping. But I'm not like looking for it kind of thing. It's not that kind of scent for me. And I'm about to drop all these. Let's see. I forgot to tell you. Driftwood Bay, I have 3. And Gone Camping, I have 1. And then there was one other scent. So I said Endless Sea, which I did not like at all. And then there was Driftwood Bay that I loved in the counter clean, more so than the wax. And then there was Gone Camping, which I thought was pretty good. It was kind of like that outdoorsy kind of scent. And then this was actually part of the summer collection of 2019. Not only was it a summer collection 2019 item or wax, but it was in the spring summer 2020 catalog. It made its way into the spring summer 2020 catalog. Then it was discontinued at the end of that. And then you'll know it from the Easter collection of 2021. So this was originally in the summer collection of 2019, and that is Toasted Marshmallow. So if you got the Easter collection, you know what toasted marshmallow smells like. It smells like pure bliss. This summer staple goes gourmet with hints of smoked caramel and vanilla bean malt. And this to me is one that mixes so well with Bonfire Beach and, man, so many others, I think. But so that's why I didn't show it to you with Banana Berry, because technically it had come out in 2019 in the summer collection then. So I thought that you'd like that little bit of information. I thought that was kind of cool. And I have 5 of those, so I definitely like that. Then we're back to April of 2019. We had a different kind of collection that came out, and it was called the No Limits collection. And all of the bars started with a hashtag. So it was hashtag something. So I have all 5 bars here, and the first one was called hashtag Best Life. And I thought that was one that I thought I brought down. I know I have the open collection, and when I went looking for it a little while ago, couldn't find it. I'm like, what did I do with it? I'm still looking around for it because I know I have it, and I'm like, what did I do with it? I lost the little collection thing to tell me the scent notes, and I'm like looking around. It's probably like right in front of my face, and I'm gonna turn around later and go, oh look, here it was the whole time. But I don't know what I did with it. I'm sorry. Because it's another one, I believe, that came in a bag, and it would have had the little notes on it. I could have sworn. I do remember. I think I just saw it. Hold 1 second. I knew I had it. I had it in my bedroom, and I had stuck it in the little outside pocket of my Scentsy purse. So here's the little No Limits thing. I knew I had it. I was like, what did I do with it? All right, so here we go. Sorry about that, but hashtag Best Life says apricot nectar, fresh blackberries, sugar crystals, and mashed strawberries. Doesn't that sound awesome? That does smell so good. I think the only problem was that these kind of got a little bit of a reputation, and the reputations have to go kind of fast, right? Because we smell them when they come in, and we talk about them real fast, and then, you know, your 30 days are up before being able to put it in the club. So they didn't seem to be super strong performers. They seemed to be a little on the weak side. So I think a lot of us were scared to put them in our club because, you know, you didn't want something that wasn't going to perform. But I think these were definitely ones that needed to cure, because I'm trying to remember. There's a couple in here that have done really well for me since then. So I don't remember Best Life if that one did really well or not, but it does smell really good in the clamshell. Then the next one is, oh, sorry. I'm skipping the, how many do I have? My paper's kind of got a little scuttled here. So Best Life, I have 1. Then I got to put this back in here. The next one is hashtag Dream Big. This one I know that I have not warmed because I still have 2 of these, and I think that's all I got was 2 sets of the collection. So Dream Big says black currant, and that's why I did not warm it, because it says black currant, and I usually don't like currant. Black currant, mimosa blossom, fresh pineapple, and vanilla orchid. So would have had 2 scents in there that I probably wouldn't like, so I hadn't tried it yet. Cold sniff. Smells all right. Doesn't smell, again, you know, it's got scents in there that I'm not usually crazy about, especially currant. Yeah, it doesn't smell really bad, but it doesn't smell like something that would be my favorite. It smells okay, though. It does. All right, so like I said, I have 2 of those. Then the next one was called hashtag Goals. I think this one and the next one, I think these 2 might have been the 2 that did the best for me. This one says citron zest, cashmere, pomelo, and teakwood. Yeah, that smells good. That smells real good. I definitely get the citron zest and the pomelo. I don't know about the teakwood. I don't know that I get a wood kind of scent in there. Let's see. Oh gosh. There's oil. No. I'm getting oil again. Well, this is from 2019, so I'm not too surprised by that. All right, so I'm not even going to try to get the wax to come out of that one because I might get more than I bargained for. But that smells really good, and I found that that one performed pretty well for me after I let it sit for a while. Then the next one is called #Hustle. And #Hustle says coastal mist, juniper leaves, lavender breeze, and driftwood. And I know this one did well for me. This one, well, I did this one more in the half bath downstairs, again, because I didn't want to do it in a big room where I had a feeling it wouldn't do well. So, but it did phenomenally in the half bath. I mean, phenomenally. And this one, even though it's a coastal mist, which would tend to be a scent that I'm not going to like, and lavender breeze, this one, when warmed, smells really, really good. I was very surprised by the fact that I liked #Hustle. It does. It smells really, really good. And let's see. The Dream Big, I said I had 2. #Hustle, I have 1. And #Goals, I have 1. And then the last one in the collection is called #Shine. And #Shine, I have 1. And that one says Tarocco Orange, Sparkling Citron, Yellow Wildflowers, and Creamy Musk. And looking at the bar makes me think I remember liking this one. Because sometimes you associate what the bar looks like with whether or not you liked it. Yeah, that smells good. Now, it does not smell all that strong even here now. So, like, the #Hustle and the #Goals smell pretty strong already in the clamshell. This one smells really soft, although it is really dry, so it's not like it's oily at all. That's a nice thing. At least I don't have to worry about that. Oh my goodness, it does not want to come out. Let's see. Oh, almost, come on. Yeah. Ooh, the bottom smells really good. I definitely get the orange. Yeah, I would say, and the citron. I don't know about, maybe. Let's see. I was thinking sparkling. Do I get sparkling? It's not like a really fizzy thing like I've had on others, but I think it's that, citron, anything lemony can tend to smell lively, so you can kind of confuse that with sparkling, but smells really good. Shine, have 1 bar. So that was the #No Limits collection from April of 2019. Then I have, and I should have put this one, well, I didn't put it in the clearance or flash sale section because I didn't get it at either one of those. These I picked up at out and about on a weekend and happened to see, somebody having a Scentsy table. And they had bars that I had never seen before. This was early on when I first started purchasing. And they were 2 scents that my husband liked on Cold Sniff, so we picked them up because he thought they smelled good. So I was like, okay, well, let's get them for you. You want to try those? Let's try that out. And they were from a collection. They were from an LTO. They were from a collection called the Crystal Collection. And there were 5 bars in that collection. We only picked up 2 scents. There was one called Amethyst, one called Citrine, one called green calcite, lapis lazuli, and rose quartz. So I don't even think she had all 5 scents when we were there. But of the ones that my husband did smell, he liked citrine and green calcite. So we got citrine. And I have that, let's see, when did these come out? I know I wrote this down somewhere. Oh, I have that these came out like in May of 2018. So citrine says a stirring mix of sweet orange, pineapple nectar, and vanilla. Again, we got these because he liked them. So I'm sure, I know I warmed one of these. I think I warmed the green calcite. I don't think I've warmed the citrine. The citrine smells pretty good. Again, I got them because he liked them. So hopefully he'll still like them. And let's see, the citrine, I have 4. We must have picked up 4 for him that day. And then the other one was green calcite. He liked that one too. And green calcite says a blend of bergamot, jasmine, and white woods. And I think this is the one that I did warm. And I personally wasn't crazy about it. But again, we picked them up because he liked them. He liked the way they smelled. So doesn't do anything for me. But, and note-wise, I would have thought I would because, you know, the bergamot, jasmine, and white woods, sounds like something I would like, but doesn't really do anything for me. But green calcite, we have 5 of those, so eventually I'll get those done. And then I have 1 LTO left, and I think, I don't know, I kind of think it might be, I think it's my favorite of all of them. And I have tried so hard to get some of these voted back and bring back my bar. And talking about, I just lost the, oh, there it is. It's getting late. Again, I think it's my favorite. It came out in November of 2018. It has absolutely, there was 5 scents. This would be one where I love all 5. Love all 5. And my favorite one, I don't even know that I can say I have a favorite one. That's how good they are. They are so, so good. They came in, the packaging for it was so cute. It came in a stocking. It was called the Hygge collection. Can't remember if it was German word or I don't remember. I don't want to get it wrong, but it's Hygge. And if you look up the pronunciation, I think it's like Hygge collection. And let's see if it tells me anything on here about whether. No, I don't see anything. But anyways, so cute, the collection, and the scents are fantastic. I mean, super fantastic. In fact, these would have been in my club. And like I said, when I became a consultant, I couldn't transfer my club over to myself, so I had to cancel the first one to create a new one, and by then these scents were no longer available. So I keep hoping and hoping and hoping and hoping that they'll get voted back. So I'm going to go through the 5 that came in the collection. The first one, and you've probably seen them from time to time on some other people's videos, and I know for sure you would have seen one of them in my empties because I had picked up so many of them that I regularly warm that one. So one of them is called Calming Woods. And Calming Woods says vanilla bean, creamy sandalwood, and rich cedarwood. This is a beautiful scent. Oh my gosh. It has that woodsy scent, but the sandalwood kind of gives it a little bit of a manly scent. There's not a bad thing I can say about the Hygge collection. The only bad thing I can say is that I can't get it. That's the only bad thing I can say about it, is that I can't get it. I want it to come back so much. I can't express to you how much I want those to come back. So that's Calming Woods. Calming Woods, I have 3 left. The next one, which originally I would have said this was my favorite when it first came out, and that was Cozy Kitchen. And I tried voting for this one the last time did it even show up? I think it was that it didn't even show up in the list. I was looking for it because I think when they said that they were going to start separating them by season, it didn't show up in these spring summer kind of ones. And Patricia reminded me, well, that came out in November, so it would be in the fall winter. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right, it's not going to be there. But then the next came up and it wasn't in there. At least I don't remember it being in there, because if it had been, I know I would have voted for it like crazy. But Cozy Kitchen, warm oats, cinnamon swirl, and brown sugar. Now, I've said before that sometimes when it says oats, no, but oh my gosh, this is such a good one. And the cinnamon mixes with the brown sugar so nicely. This is one of those that this is what you want your kitchen to smell like, especially on a weekend morning. Oh my goodness, I love this scent. Yeah. If I could get you to vote for anything, Cozy Kitchen. All right, this is the one that you would have seen in my empties because, Cozy Kitchen, 4. I'm down to 4. That's sad. This one you would have seen in my empties because I had picked up quite a few of these because it had shown up after I had gotten the collection. It showed up, I think, in the clearance section. I think that's where it showed up. And yeah, I stocked up. And that was Quiet Clementine. I love this one. And when I first got it, I didn't think I did. And after warming like 2 bars or whatever, I was like, wow. I mean, it was a great performer too. It performed fantastically. I mean, it threw, it lasted. I was like, man, this is a good one. And of course, it was gone by then. So when it showed up in the clearance, I was like, yeah, let me get a bunch. So this one says sweet orange, vanilla orchid, and sandalwood. I think it's a combination. I mean, truly, you smell all 3. I get a sweet orange. I get some vanilla, I guess vanilla orchid. And then I get some sandalwood. Oh my gosh, I love this one. And Quiet Clementine, I am down to 11. I think at one time I had about 18. It is fantastic. I'm telling you, the entire collection was fantastic. It's my absolute favorite. Number 4 in the collection was Toasty Cabin. And it was another one where all the designs were really nice. Toasty Cabin says bergamot zest, black pepper, wild fern, and acacia wood. Doesn't sound like, especially when you hear black pepper, but again, that's one of those that kind of goes towards the manly. Oh, yes. Yeah, obviously because I think the bergamot zest and then that acacia wood throws it in the category, throws it towards the path of a manly scent. That's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. And then the last one in the collection, which originally would have been my least favorite, was Woolly Slippers. And that's because I say I don't like lavender. And it says sugared lavender, marshmallow accord, and vanilla. So the very first time I would have warmed it, I would have been like, lavender. And I probably took too long to warm it in the first place because of the fact that it said lavender. I would have been scared to warm it. But yeah, I would warm it over and oh, I'm sorry, Toasty Cabin, I had 5. I forgot to mention that. Toasty Cabin 5. And Woolly Slippers would have been the one that I probably purchased the least of because of the fact that it says lavender. But that sugared lavender, it's definitely, it's a winner. And I have warmed, I think I've warmed Woolly Slippers with, I think I warmed it once with that salted lavender from the International collection. And I think I've warmed it with Fuzzy Blanket too. Oh, gosh, Woolly Slippers. I only have 2. A lonely 2. All right. On that sad note of the fact that I can't get my Hygge collection, I will hope and pray that when it finally does come up on one of the Bring Back My Bars, I would say vote for a Hygge collection bar before anything else. That's me. I absolutely want all 5 of those to come back. I want the whole collection to come back. Forget about Bring Back My Bar. Bring back my collection. I want the Hygge collection back. I hope that you got to try it. It's a fantastic set. And I don't know if you've tried all of these, some of these, more than these. I'd love to hear what you have to say about them. And please don't tell me that you didn't like the Hygge collection. I'd be very sad. It's okay if you didn't, but I'd be very sad. Anyways, it's obviously getting late. It's got to be really late here for me. Yeah, I've been up since really early this morning. It's already late. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this collection. I've got one more to go. I've got Bring Back My Bar to go. And I will do that one tomorrow so that the series is done. And for the limited time offers, like I said, I had 74 different scents. I have 229 bars of limited time offer scents. So I forgot to write down what my total is up to this point. So tomorrow when I do the Bring Back My Bars, I will give you the full total of my inventory. And I hope you won't be too shocked. So until tomorrow or whenever you get a chance to see this, I hope you have a great time, a great day. I hope you enjoy your scents. I hope you enjoy your day. And as always, enjoy your journey. Talk to you later. Bye.